Someone just helped out Globalstar in a big way. Hey friends, talking about Globalstar here. We're talking about some positive news that we've actually seen here with Globalstar. Globalstar has had actually a really good month here with the stock price. And yet again, it's still making these top analysts and hedge funds go, you know, I don't know why it's going up, but it's going up. Because if you have been here for any amount of time, you know that most of these top analysts constantly put down Globalstar and say it's going to go back down to a 50-cent range. They have been saying it's going back down to a 30 to 50-cent range for the last 8 months, and it's not, obviously. So looking into the chart with Globalstar, if you're new to Globalstar, two things to know here. Globalstar is not a debt-free company. They are nowhere close to being debt-free. But they are a telecommunications company that has made a lot of deals just this year of 2021. So if this is a company that you're going to invest in, you probably need to sit down, put your seatbelt in here, because you're probably going to be here for a pretty bumpy, long ride. But one thing we do know about Globalstar stock is that it honestly has a very healthy movement. When you have these big highs, these pretty big bottoms, and then these back and forth valleys, this is honestly pretty healthy. This is healthy. This is movement in the stock. You know, it's not like Rolls-Royce. If you know anything about Rolls-Royce, the plane sector of that company, that stock has just been sitting at a bid price around like $1.40, $1.60 for like the last, I don't know, 6 months. And there's not too much wiggle room with it. But Globalstar continues to make deals. Globalstar continues to have big highs and then these bottoms, but goes right back up to something. But like I said a few weeks ago, I told people, be careful getting too deep into Globalstar. If you're buying Globalstar into like a $1.50, $1.60 zone, be careful. Be careful, because remember, this is a debt company. They are not debt free. And they're still a growing company. They're a company that's been around for a pretty long time and went through some different growth patterns, but they are continuing to make new products, new partnerships, and they are actually doing something as a company. They're just not sitting there and no news is coming out. But when I look at the stock chart with Globalstar, I look at this as this is just a lot of work by investors. Investors are constantly moving in the stock, in and out. Obviously, a lot of traders are in and out of this because they know Globalstar is probably going to have a pattern going around to $1.15 to $1.40. Easy to make a quick buck in Globalstar right now because it has such a healthy movement with it. But going into some new news with Globalstar and what's been happening with it lately, in company news, Globalstar rose 4% after saying it will repay a portion of its first line credit facility using a $37.5 million advance payment received late last week from an unnamed customer in return for non-recurring engineering services it will provide over time. The customer may also make similar advances to Globalstar in the future on the same terms. So that is pretty interesting, and there's really not a lot more news with that. That's what we know. So I want to say this. People ask me all the time, what is a good price to buy Globalstar? I never want to tell anybody to buy a stock at a certain price. Like I'm not going to verbally or write you and say like, hey, you should buy it around this price. I will say, hey, I would not buy Globalstar, you know, at $1.50, $1.60 right now, because if you do, you're gonna have situations where your money's gonna be tied up, because I don't think Globalstar right now, as the way it looks, can sustain a $1.50 to $1.60 mark for a long time. It'll have those peaks where it will hit that, but for it to sustain that for a long time right now, it's probably not gonna happen at the moment. Unless like Elon Musk came out and said he was going to do business with Globalstar, then, you know, Globalstar would go just to crazy numbers. But buying Globalstar anywhere under $1.50, $1.60, I would say you'd be safe if you're gonna be here for the long run. Like I said, you're investing into a company that has very unique products. They already are an established company. They have great partnerships. They're continuing to further partnerships, make new partnerships. It's still a very affordable stock, but this is one of those stocks where you're really gonna have to be an investor and let the company continue to build. So when it comes to Globalstar, what am I doing personally? I have shares in Globalstar. I have calls in Globalstar. I have all that. I personally believe Globalstar will continue to rise and go up as long as it is making these new partnerships and striving, and it continues to come out with news. You know, news is so important with a company for it to constantly be, bringing out some kind of news, positive news, obviously. But right now, we are seeing a little run in Globalstar, and it could definitely hit that $1.50, $1.60 mark. But like I said, for Globalstar to sustain that, I think it's going to be a little tough. It could stay at that for a while, but anything over that, just know, anything over that $1.60 mark, it's going to be dangerous for you if you're wanting to be in and out of this. That's what I'm trying to say, because so many people, they get into things thinking like, oh, this is going to happen real fast. You know, we're just going to make quick money here. You can make some quick money here with Globalstar, but you know, like I said, if you're buying over $1.50, over $1.60, you're doing your thing at that point. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel who obsesses over things, and I watch Globalstar like a hawk. I have been with this company for over a year and a half now, and I've just watched it the whole time, and it has a pattern, man. It has a pattern. And we need a lot more positive news for this thing to hit over a $2 mark and stay there. So friends, this is what I am doing with Globalstar. Let me know what you are doing with Globalstar. Do you have contracts? Do you have puts? Do you have calls? Do you think it's going to go down in the future? Do you think it's going to go up? Let me know what you think. I'm curious to know what people think. I really am. But I do think Globalstar is a great company, and it is a great stock to get in very early, because I think the future is going to be very bright for it. And I think technology stocks are really going to have a day here again, and Globalstar is going to be with those technology stocks here in the future. So friends, let me know what you think. Remember, be positive, be you, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.